we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach. So you get what we had here last week, which is the way he wants it. Well, he gets it. And I don't like it any more than you men.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Grant County, West Virginia Matrix Show. I'm your host, Brian Shreve, and on today's show I am going to be talking about my previous show where I called one of the county commissioners a asshole. I'd posted my video on several groups on Facebook, and one of them was Petersburg Buzz Unlimited, and there were some comments made that I am going to address. I was going to address them on Facebook, but I didn't want to have a battle of the words. I figured, what the heck, I'll do a video. So here I am. First one, Mr. Denver Riggleman wrote this. I don't know where you get off calling people names, and you're running for office. Doug Swick is no asshole. Known him quite a while. And also the other commissioners I know. You'd better do some research on commissioners before you start endorsing. Our county has some money in the bank with these commissioners, whereas that wasn't so true not too long ago. I don't think any of these commissioners have ever went to Charleston to get money just to make payroll like some have in the past. The Riggleman family will not be voting for you. Your professionalism is horrendous. There's enough negative in our county now, and you're not helping it with what you're doing. Alright, let's look at the first sentence here. I don't know where you get off calling people names. First off, I have freedom of speech and opinions. And for umpteen number of years, people have called politicians names like you wouldn't believe. It's been going on for years. When Trump was running for office, he called people names, but everybody loves Trump, including me. Didn't have a problem with it. He told it like it is. So, by me calling one of the commissioners an asshole, there shouldn't be a problem with it. That's my opinion. He's disrespectful towards the day shift working class, which I am a day shift working class person. So why can't I defend myself? He's an asshole. Doug Swick is an asshole, plain and simple. The other two commissioners are assholes too. Can't leave them out. Anybody that's disrespectful towards working class people, I have a serious beef with. Moving on. Says, you'd better do some research on commissioners before you start endorsing. I never endorsed anybody. What's he talking about? I have no clue what Mr. Riggleman's talking about. The only thing I said was some of the candidates and Meet the Candidates stuck out more than others. I never said I was endorsing them. I don't know what he's talking about. He needs to get his facts straight. Then he goes on to say, our county has some money in the bank with these commissioners, whereas that wasn't so true not too long ago. I never said anything about money in the bank. It sounds to me like he's using a liberal tactic. He's arguing about an issue that wasn't even part of the topic. Sounds to me like somebody might be a closet liberal. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And I'll tell you another thing about money in the bank. Anytime you got a politician or head of a company, whatever it may be, head of a bank, there's always little people underneath of them doing the grunt work. Kind of like the unknown stuntman. So common sense tells me there's a person or persons at the courthouse that is monitoring the money coming in and going out, doing all the book work and letting the county commissioners know what is available to spend and what isn't, the whole 9 yards, and they're taking credit for it. So it ain't just the county commissioners. They're probably signing checks, paying the bills, and that's about it. Then it says the Riggleman family will not be voting for you. Your professionalism is horrendous. There's enough negative in our county now, and you're not helping it with what you're doing. Okay? Me and the rest of the day shift working class are being crapped on. I'm defending myself and expressing my opinion and trying to stand up for all the other day shift working class. I'm not the one being negative. It's the one doing the hurtful thing to us that's being negative. What the county commissioners are doing is the negative. What I'm doing is the positive. I'm taking a stand. I'm tired of it. So that's how that goes. Moving on to the next comment, Mr. Steve Kimball. He goes on to say, Doug Swick is honest, hardworking, and serves the community in many ways, including helping coach a very good high school girls softball team. He is not running in this election, so had no need to be at this meeting. Okay, first off, he says Doug Swick is honest. How many times has Doug Swick broke the open meetings law? Has he paid a fine for it? Not that I know of. How can you call that honest? Then it goes on to say he helps coach a girls softball team. I bet that goes on in the evenings. What's his priorities here? Serving the community or a softball team? I mean, is it asking too much? One meeting a month? Heck, I would settle for one meeting every 3 months. It would show me that they're putting forth the effort to at least hear what we have to say or give us the opportunity to learn how local government works. I mean, I'm trying to run for office. If I can't get into meetings just to get an idea of what's going on, that's a disadvantage to me. In my opinion, that's discrimination. But I guess I'm the bad guy for calling Doug Swick an asshole and the other commissioners an asshole. Unbelievable. He goes on, he says that he's not, said Doug Swick's not running in this election, so had no need to be at this meeting. What kind of comment is that? I mean, that's kind of throwing the other people running under the bus. I mean, is he saying they're trash? They're all trash if they ain't Doug Swick? He's not fooling with it? I'm assuming he's not going to go vote either. I don't know. That's kind of an ignorant comment to make. Not very smart. Then Kenneth Shoemaker Jr. You're wrong about Doug Swick, and you're dead wrong about Goldeisen. There is a sneaky one. I used to work with Kenny. He's a character. I'm not going to comment anymore about that one right now. Then it goes on down here, Dave Delaney, Mr. Dave Delaney, who lives in Morgantown, by the way. I actually felt my IQ dropping by scores the longer I watched. Had to turn it off prior to the libertarian part. I sit there looking at that, and I thought, well, maybe somebody just being a smart ass. Whatever. No big deal. But something didn't sit right in my stomach about this. Actually, all these comments didn't sit in my stomach very well. I mean, I respect people's opinions, but when I notice something fishy going on, I notice something fishy going on. I got to asking myself, who's Dave Delaney? So I checked him out on Facebook. I pull up his profile. What do I read there in that picture? His background picture. Mason. This guy's a Mason. He's advertising it on the social media. That's not very smart. I'll get into that later. So I got to thinking about that. That guy's a Mason. And I remember talking to Kenny Shoemaker at work. He said he started to join the Masons. He got to like first degree and he didn't follow through with it, if I remember correctly. Then you get here to Steve Kimball. I'm pretty sure he's a Mason. He's a Mormon. I'm not saying anything bad about Mormons, but a lot of them's Masons. Joseph Smith was a Mason that started, I think that was his name. A lot of Masonic stuff in that religion. So we got a Mason there with Steve Kimball, I'm pretty sure. Then we get up here to Denver Riggleman. Don't know if he's a Mason or not, but he hangs out with a lot of them. And then there's Doug Swick. I can't say for sure he's a Mason, but he does hang out with a lot of them. Like he'll certain restaurants in town, he's eating breakfast with them. I seen him with one of them at Meet the Candidates night. I'd say it's safe to say old Dougie Pooh's a Mason. In Denver, if he's not one, he's still in that same clique. So start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. I could be wrong. I'm not a detective or anything. But it just looks to me like the Masons are poking some of them, not all the Masons, some of the Masons are banding together and poking me in the ribs for whatever reason. I'm assuming they're probably a little bit scared of me. I've made it known that I have an opinion towards the Masons. I don't hate the Masons. I hate some of the things they do. I have family and friends that are Masons. I don't think they're all bad. But at the end of the day, birds of the same feather flock together. So, in my opinion, I'm being attacked by the Masons. Some of them, not all of them. That's what this looks to me like. And this guy, Dave Delaney, making fun of my IQ. Let's talk about how smart this guy is. He's got it advertised on his Facebook page that he's a Mason. I've been around Masons many, many years doing when I working in factories, doing factory work. The smarter Masons don't advertise it. The only way you can tell is by their body language, phrases they use, words, stuff like that. And you got to know a little bit about Masonry in order to pick up on that stuff. The dumb ones that I've worked with always advertise it. It's like this. The Mason's been around a long time. The cat is out of the bag on what they do. Okay, there's no secrets anymore. It's like Victoria's Secret. It's basically a gang that is more sophisticated and organized than a street gang, but it's basically a gang in layman's terms. They're loyal to each other. They help each other out. They do dirty shit, some of them, to get ahead in life and screw people like me over. It's common knowledge. That is common knowledge. Anybody can tell you about it, knows about the Masons. The cat is out of the bag. Why would you advertise that you're a Mason, knowing full well that the cat is out of the bag? That'd be like joining the drug cartel and you put a sticker in your back glass that says you're in a drug cartel. Immediately, that's going to, red flag, red flag. Give me a break here. And this guy here wants to cut on my IQ? Gee whiz, what the hell's wrong with people? It blows my mind. Why would you do that? And then turn around and attack me on Facebook without doing your homework on who I am and what I'm about. I'm a non-Mason. I believe in liberty, and I believe everybody should get a fair shake. I believe in we the people, not we the Masons. It's kind of hard to have a country that's we the people when you got these secret groups running around scratching each other's ass, screwing non-Masons over, and then turn around and attack me on Facebook. It just looks like a Mason attack to me, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy at all. I mean, I could be a real big peckerhead and do a whole video or a series just on the Masons, just to stir up trouble in Grant County. Is that what they want? I mean, I can give it to them. No problem. But I would rather not. I would rather keep the peace. And the best thing they can do is leave me alone. I'm living my life, doing my own thing. If they don't like me running for office, tough. That's just tough. Maybe somebody needs to get in there to keep them in check. Because apparently they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. I just don't think it's right how the Masons operate. Them people are infiltrated in everything. They're in the court system, the banking system, the education system. You go to these factories, they're the top dogs in factories. I mean, they got their fingers in everything, but when somebody like me says something about it, oh, you know what you're talking about. We do good things. We do good things. So then I ask them, what do you do that's good? Oh, can't tell you. Okay, fine. If you can't tell me what you're doing, I'm going to be suspicious. Other people's going to be suspicious. I think that's what this all boils down to, a Mason attack. So I got some relatives and friends in the Masons. I'm going to have a talk with them, see what can be done about this before I take it any further. Because I really don't want to start a big old fuss in Grant County with the Masons, although I probably should, just for the meanness of it, but out of the kindness of my heart, I kind of like to keep a little bit of peace, because I know it would stir up a ruckus. And I know they don't want that. They don't like attention being drawn to them. So, that's it for today's show. Everybody stay safe and be careful out there, will ya?